Hello students, this is Dr. Sangeeta Joshi from Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, Mumbai. The course is Basics of VLSI Design, Module 5, Data Path Design. In the earlier session, we have seen high-speed adders, carry skip adder. In this session, we will learn carry select adder. Carry select adder is used in many data processing applications for performing the fast arithmetic operations. Generally, it consists of ripple carry adders and a multiplexer. Basically, it is using multiple narrow adders which will be creating a fast wide adder. Now, the n-bit carry select adder, it basically comprises different blocks which may be either of the uniform size or may be the variable block size. Now we have already seen in case of the ripple carry adder, the carry propagates through all the blocks and each block needs to wait for the carry to come in to compute its sum for the input operands. However, here the main idea is that to pre-compute the sum and carry for each block and without waiting for the previous carry to come in, and this is possible whenever we are considering the both possibilities of the carry. That means whenever the carry in is equal to 0 as well as the carry in is equal to 1. So both the calculations are carried out and therefore two adders are required for each block except for the first one, wherein actually it is a ripple carry adder. And after the results are calculated, the correct sum as well as the correct carry out is selected with the help of the multiplexer once the correct carry in is known. That is the principle behind the operation of the carry select adder. Let us understand the 4-bit carry select adder through this example. As I told you, ripple carry adder and multiplexers are there in the carry select adder. Now these are the two adders which are performing the addition operation on the same set of operands A0, A1, A2, A3 and B0, B1, B2, B3, and these are the multiplexers. Now this adder is presuming carry in is equal to 0 and this adder is presuming carry in is equal to 1, and these four multiplexers are used for sum S3, S2, S1, S0, and this multiplexer is used for carry. Now whenever the addition operation is performed by this adder, the sum is taken as one of the inputs to these four multiplexers. These are the 2 by 1 multiplexers. The second input to this multiplexer is coming as a is taken as a sum from the second set of adders. These black lines are from the second set of adders and the orange is from the first set of adders. Now either this is to be considered or this is to be considered as a S0 or S1 or S2 or S3. That will be depending on the carry in actual status. Now if the carry in is equal to 0, then these orange color lines, that data, that is the S0, S1, S2, S3 from the first set of adders would be selected as a final sum. Otherwise, if Cin is equal to 1, then this black color lines, which is the summation output from this second set of adder, would be considered. And as long as carry out is considered, then in that case this same Cin is acting as a select signal for this 2:1 mux. Now if this Cin is equal to 0, then the carry out of the first adder would be considered here, and if Cin is equal to 1, then the carry out of this adder will be taken as a final carry output, and this final carry output would be treated as a carry in for the subsequent block. Now let us understand this 8-bit carry select adder. As I have told you, it is basically divided into two blocks. The first one is the L block and the second U block is divided again into the U0 and U1. Now the lower order bits A0, A1, A2, A3 and B0, B1, B2, B3 are fed to this L block to produce the sum S0, S1, S2, S3 and the carry C4. Whereas the upper bits, that is A4, A5, A6, A7 and B4, B5, B6, B7, these are fed to both of these adders and the sum is produced as a S4, S5, S6, S7, and here also S4, S5, S6, S7. Only the difference is that this U0 is considering or presuming C is equal to 0, and this U1 is considering C is equal to, that is carry in is equal to 1. And both sets of results are used as inputs to an array of 2:1 multiplexers. The carry bit C4 from the adder L is used as the mux select signal here. Now if C0 is equal to 0, then the result of U0 are sent to the output, while a value of C4 is equal to 1 selects the U1, results of U1 for S7, S6, S5 and S4. That means this output is based on the select carry. Based on that, either the result of this is diverted here, or otherwise the result of the U1 would be taken at the output. And the carry out bit C8, it is also selected by the mux carry. Now based on this, whether the carry from this is to be considered as a final carry or this is to be considered as a final carry, that is selected. Now let us look at the critical path of a carry select adder. This is an example of a 16-bit carry select adder. Here this is divided into 4 blocks: block 1, block 2, block 3 and block 4. Now this setup block is nothing but it is calculating the propagate signal and the generate signals. So P's and G's are calculated, and then based on the whether carry in is presumed as a 0 or whether the carry in is presumed as a 1, these adders would be doing the addition operation on the same set of P's and G's, and that will be done simultaneously. That will be carried out simultaneously. And then these are the mux levels. Now based on the actual carry in, which is calculated from the previous block, based on that, one of the sums from either 0 carry or the 1 carry will be selected, and that will be treated as a final sum. Now as long as the critical path is concerned, you will find that the critical path will, which is the longest path for the calculation of the worst case delay, this will start from this point, then it will be from this, and then this, it is going through all the mux levels, and then the final sum, that is the most significant bits sum position. Here it is the BC15. Okay. Now what is the T add formula or the propagation delay? So it is basically comprising of this T setup, because this needs to be calculated. As I told you, first is the ripple carry adder. So first needs to be carried out through the ripple carry adder, and therefore B means number of bits, that is the 4 bits here. So 4 into T carry, so that is the delay that is observed here, and then delay through the multiplexers, that is N divided by B. So all intermediate blocks would be considered for the delay, and plus T sum, because we are not interested in the delay that is required for the C out, but delay that is required for observing the final bit final sum, that is the A16 plus B16, that summation. So that is the T sum here, and that is how we are calculating the critical path delay in case of the carry select adder. So, and in summary, we can say that this carry select adder speeds up the operation by performing addition operation on upper as well as the lower positions of the word simultaneously, and of course this is at the cost of additional hardware for the adder as well as the multiplexers, and of course the associated interconnect wiring that is required. And we can definitely use this design wherever the speed is more important than the area consumption, because it definitely occupies the larger area. These are the Rabe's book and Numera book. These are the reference books I have used, and in the next section we will study the carry save adder. Thank you, students.